Let's see.
Sorry, folks, we're back again. The game
What'd you-
crashed and we lost the stream. And
Oh, that's nice.
again, we should probably wrap this up soon.
Okay. Oh, I bought Fractured Space.
Fractured
There's,
Space. Oh, that
Yeah,
thing.
that's that MOBA thing
Which we
with the
need
ship.
to play,
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah, I tried to get into it before, and there seems to be always like 8 to 10 people that are playing it. There's only one server. I mean, there's a whole list of servers, but there's only one server that ever has anybody on it, and it's like the London server or whatever. But I don't think lag is a big deal in that, so you know. So let's see. I got Death Skid Marks, which is hilarious. That's another one of those Adult Swim looking games. Okay, so it reminds me of Mexican Motor Mafia. All right, so you have an old junker car, and you pick up hitchhikers, and they get in the car, and then you're like, here's a ball bat, we're gonna fight. And it's almost like playing a giant cartoony version of Spy Hunter, because you have cars pull up, and there's like, dudes. It's kind of like, remember Road Rash, where you're on the motorcycle and you're beating dudes with ball bats and chains and shit?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's like 4 people in the car. The driver can't fight, so the other guys, you give them weapons, and they've got like guns and axes and shit, and you just kill the people in the other cars. And it's different themed gangs. It's almost like that movie, The Warriors. It's like, oh, here's a football team in the cars. Let's kill them. But then you drive so far, and then you'll stop at a store. It'll be like a truck stop, right? And then you can like switch out which guys are in your car, or buy weapons and fix the car and shit. Yeah. It's funny. It's I don't see it holding my attention for a long time. But for a couple of bucks, it's just humorous. Let's see. This War of Mine, which I haven't played a bit of, but I keep hearing such good things about it. They talked about it on 3 Moves Ahead. So that had to happen.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, it was a good time. From what they say, at least. It's a simulation thing where you're in like in a war zone, but you're not a fighter, right? So you're trying to scavenge and shit. So it's almost like they could have made a zombie game, and it would have been really cliche. But instead of that, they made it an actual, like, there's a war going on game.
Intercept
So
course
yeah.
plotted.
Let's see, Age of Wonders 3.
Good stuff.
I got a free copy of Cortex Command from somebody, and that's not a bad game.
Intercept course.
Not bad at all.
It's a little wacky, but it's good.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Let's see. We need to do a show on Free Orion sometime.
Free Orion?
It's
Remind me what
it's a open source reboot of Master of Orion, sort of, except that it's super crazy over complex. It's like they took the laundry list of every wish anybody ever had about, God, I wish this was in Master of Orion 2. And they crammed it in there. And it's like, it's a coherent game, but it kind of lacks messaging. So things happen. And in Master of Orion 2, you had that GNN robot that would pop up and be like, today in the news, this happened, right? There's none of that. So you have to go hunting for the queue of things, right? So, I mean, they're still working on it. It's, it's open source and constantly developed, whatever. So, yeah. So I got Warlock 2,
Oh, that's
stuff.
good. I've been enjoying that.
Warlock 2's, Warlock 1, rather, is hella fun. So I'm wondering, is Warlock 2 as fun? But it's kind of different, right? So, really cool roguelike that was cheap is Battle Paths. And that's another one of those, like, Adult Swim looking games, because it's got like really nice cartoon character thing, but it's a roguelike. It's straight up a roguelike. I mean, it could be ASCII characters, but it's just really pretty, the characters that they did with it. I got Life of Pixel. Life of Pixel is pretty cool. It's a indie thing. I did a shitload of indie games. I'm kind of leaning into that now. The AAA stuff just doesn't really do it. I mean, like Dragon Age, I had to do that, right? But I'm mostly about the indie space now, because that's where the cool ideas come from. So Life of Pixel, you start out as a pixel, like in an ancient console, right? And then as you play the game, you play through different eras of consoles, is what it looked like. So I was like, okay, sold. I wish listed it like long ago, and then it was there, so I got it. And then the one other game that I want to mention, because it's freaking fabulous, is Chariot. Chariot is awesome, especially for local co-op. So what goes on in Chariot, I'll send you a link to the video because you just have to see it. But it's a platform game. It's okay. Imagine playing Spelunky, right? But really big levels. Okay, and you have essentially a wagon, right? And the wagon has a rope on the front and the back, so you have two little dudes, and you can switch which guy you're controlling. Or if you're playing multiplayer, each of you controls one of the guys. But you basically have to drag this wagon, because the wagon is the only thing that can collect treasure, right? So, and you have to drag the wagon through the level to get to the end. So it becomes very interesting, because it's like a bunch of physics puzzles and things where you have to like swing and then get the wagon swinging, and like have a person jump and then pull a rope and swing it the other way, and stuff. But it's just absolutely gorgeous to look at. They did a hell of a job on that thing. And it's also out, I think, on the Xbox and PlayStation as well. It kind of came out like in the indie space of the consoles too. So, but absolutely deserves like every dime that it makes. I hope that thing does really well, because I like that kind of, it's a casual, it looks casual, but I get the feeling that when you get a few levels in, it's going to just be brutally hard. So I think that casual look is just to draw suckers in, and then it's like, oh, now that we've got your $10, here's how hard this game really is. But yeah, it's a total co-op, Batman and Robin super team, drag this wagon through the game kind of thing. So yeah, it's good. I got so many new icons. I don't know which one to click. It's terrible. It's like I have to pick something to play.
Sir, their shield is draining.
But I know it won't be Starfield.
Their top shield has failed.
Oh god.
We're gonna end on this note that 5 Defiance just destroyed 5 USS Voyagers in about 20 seconds. That makes me feel good.
Enemy ship has been destroyed.
Super fantastic.
Cause fuck Voyager. So yeah, I said it. I don't care.
I would have got along
horrible
with
show.
that show. I would have done okay with that show if they would have just not had Neelix on there.
Sweeping through.
That's what put me off the show. I thought Kel was pretty hot, and I would have watched the show for her.
Right.
And then of course 7 and 9, because they had to sexy it up. But Neelix just broke it for me. It was like there's no amount of Jerry Ryan in the world that will get me to watch that show with Neelix on it.
I just can't stand the story and the plot, and I hate all the characters. And yeah, it's the worst track, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently even Enterprise gets better than it in the later seasons. But I don't feel like slogging through it. So, guys, you don't need to look out for Bridge Commander. You really don't. Well,
you should look out for it, like if it's flying at you because somebody threw it.
If someone's throwing a disc at you, duck out of the way. Yeah, no. It's a damn shame, because this could have been great.
And it's not a damn shame today. It was a damn shame D-Day that it came out.
Yeah, no, it's still.
Because I was just like, okay, this is the game from the guy that made TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Because it's in space.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
what is this? I played for like 2 hours and I was done.
Yep.
And it's sad, because the Star Trek games, the Starship Combat games before this, a lot of them were good, like the Starfleet Command games. Can you imagine the Starfleet Command games with a bridge? That would have been perfect. Just do that.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't. They made this silly, stupid Okay, that's stupid. I don't mean to be mean, but it's not very good. It's depressingly mediocre, and it just could be so much better. So yeah, that's Bridge
There's
Commander,
that.
folks. I'm sorry about the stream cutting out a few times. The game crashed, and because I'm using this thing called Shadow Play, it's slave to the game. So if the game goes off,
So every time the game goes.
every time the game goes, so does the stream. So
Hey,
but
speaking of new streaming technology,
yeah. Oh, the Steam thing.
Steam.
I
yes.
don't care. They don't want
Well,
people,
it's not helping us right now, for
It's
sure.
it's not gonna help us. But you know what? They don't want
Well,
cursing on there, so I'm out.
Really? That's interesting.
They said
So-
they said to try and avoid cursing.
Oh, well, so here's what intrigues me, right? It's like, okay, they have a Twitch kind of stream because you can go on there and just say, yeah, just anytime I'm playing, just show my
Yes,
thing,
Captain?
broadcast it to the world.
I'm
So
sorry,
let's say
Captain,
you're
but I don't have
shopping,
any
and
suggestions
I
at this
see
time.
why
Orders, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Valve did
I have
this,
nothing to add,
because it's a
Captain.
shopping
Initiating
tool.
scan.
Because people want to see
Captain?
somebody else playing the game,
Cancel
and
red
then they
alert.
get the impulse like, oh, yeah, I'll buy that, right? So what if Twitch had a buy it
Yes, Captain?
now button, right,
not picking
at
up
the bottom of
anything
the
else,
screen,
Captain.
and you're watching them play, and
Yes,
you're like,
sir.
okay, I'll buy that. Click, because that's what it is,
Good point.
right? You go to the community for the
Orders,
game,
Captain?
and because normally before I buy a game on Steam, I drop down in the forums, and it's like, what's going on in here? Is anybody bitching? Nope. People are just happy. All right, buy it. And so what I'll end up doing is, you go in there and, hey, I'm in the forums, I'm in the community. Oh, hey, there's a stream button. All right, I'll just watch that. Oh, there's like how many people are playing it, right? So, and then I get to see it, and it's like, okay, cool, buy it, click, So I don't think that they're doing it so much for the people that like to play games for the revenue stream, right? I don't see that happening. Although, I think it would be very interesting if they actually gave the person who is streaming the game a cut of anybody that buys it. While, if I'm on your stream and I click buy the game,
Right.
then you get a couple pennies or something. That would be kind of interesting. Because there it's like, okay, I'm a salesman for Valve now. They've outsourced it or whatever. But it's just not meant for the people that are professional streamers, where it's like, oh, I have a donation thing and a tip jar and, go to my Patreon, whatever. It's not for those people. It's just for people that just want to broadcast showing a game. But the thing that interests me the most is that if I'm playing a game, you can click on my name and watch me play. And I don't have to choose to share it with the entire frickin' world. It's just if a friend of mine wants to watch me play a game, they can do it. So that, I think, could work marvelously for this show, depending, because there may be no latency. And if there's no latency on that thing, then we can absolutely stream it to Twitch, and you could watch me play, or I could watch you play, and with zero latency, right? That would be a game changer, because we could absolutely do all the live commentary stuff we wanted to do without that 30-second to a minute delay that Twitch sucks for. But I don't see them as a direct competitor to Twitch right now. They're doing it for their own store reasons. But it's also the thing of, like, now they give you, it's almost like a WebEx remote desktop session to your buddy's game. So then you could be like, hey, I can't beat this level. Come look at this.
Does it pick up the
Right.
mic? Does it pick up your microphone and shit?
You can choose to.
Oh.
Yep. So yeah, it's a very, very cool technology. And I think what it's based off of is they built that in-home streaming thing already, which will stream the game. Like, and that's actually kind of cool, because you don't need to have any processing power in, say, your tablet or whatever that you're in the living room with. I just hook a gamepad up to my tablet that probably couldn't handle playing whatever I'm playing, but then I stream it from my PC in the other room, and it's fine. So, kind of neat. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. The service really sucks right now, but give them a couple of patches. And it'll
Yeah,
be good.
I've heard it's not that great right now, but they just launched it. Still in beta.
Right. Yeah. Today it's launch day today, so it's you know.
I'm looking at this menu and thinking, why couldn't they just give me a Dynaverse with being on the bridge? Why couldn't we just do that? Anyway, I'm really sad about this game. And folks,
Oh
I
man,
apologize.
I can't even believe you said fucking Dynaverse. Oh my god, that was like the worst thing.
Hey, I loved the
hated the
Dynaverse. I loved the dynamic campaigns in Starfleet Command. They weren't the greatest, but they had great variety. I thought. I dug them. But I understand they're not everyone's cup of tea. We should try and get those games running. We should do a game. We should do a thing about that. But why haven't we done Starfleet Command? We should do Starfleet.
Because it's a bitch to get it running, and it looks like ass.
Does it look like ass?
Yeah, because it doesn't obey screen ratio.
What?
And like the highest res that you can get out of that thing's like 1024.
Oh.
So it was bad. Oh, bad. But God, somebody please remake that thing.
Oh God.
Please.
I know, right?
You can have all my money. Just yeah. So
I don't even know if they still what was it?
Cauldron.
Taldrin. Yeah, I don't even know. I was thinking Quicksilver. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't exist anymore. But anyway.
You know why? It was the Dynaverse.
Be quiet.
It's swallowed.
I apologize, folks. I was a little out of it tonight because of the whole car accident thing last night, and also this game doesn't really inspire a lot of enthusiasm. I thought this would be funny to kind of make fun of this game, but you know what? It's not funny. It's draining. It's sad.
Right.
It's
It's like making fun of Timmy. You know, like on South Park. It's like Timmy.
It's
no.
sad. It's like you want to love it. You really want to, and it should have the ingredients for you to love it, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like a two-headed puppy. Like
So
you think it would be double cute, but no.
So video folks, I apologize. This is going to be split up into like 3 or 4 parts because of the game crashing. But if you want to, you can just watch one part and you'll be fine. Just listen to the audio. But what are we doing next week? I think next week, to wash the taste out of our mouths of this one, we are going to talk about other capital ship games. Like, we can talk about Klingon Academy. We can talk about iWar. We can talk about the Colossus in Free Space. You know, we're going to talk about capital ships. Because we need to wash our mouth out after this. We need some Listerine. And I think having a positive discussion about capital ship games or capital ships in games. And then in 2 weeks, you know what's in 2 weeks, Jim?
Christmas.
Elite. No, that's in like 3 weeks. 3.5
Well, it'll
weeks.
be David Braben's Christmas.
Yes.
His Elite.
In 2 weeks, on the 16th, that is the day Elite Dangerous gets launched fully, and we are going to have a release party podcast. We already have some other players who want to come on and say that they're already saying that it's the best game ever. It is pretty damn good. So that's in 2 weeks, and I don't know what we're going to do after that. That's kind of Christmas and New Year's, so we might just take a break. But yeah, folks, I want to thank you for listening. Jim, thank you for putting up with me tonight and putting up with Fridge Commander. I will try and find you a free game, or I will send you a gift on the next Steam sale because of this episode.
Did I send you a copy of Alpha Xylon?
You did, for 49 cents. I appreciate that. I can't wait to try it.
God.
Did you play it?
Yes, I've played it. That is what we're streaming next week.
No,
we're
it's
gonna
not.
stream you playing Alpha Xylon. Just
you know
for
what?
10 minutes.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that's what we'll do right before Christmas, because like the 23rd. Let's do like on the 23rd. We'll do like a rando show, and that'll be like, you know, random we'll call it the Down to Earth show. That's what I call when I talk about games that aren't space. We'll call it the Down to Earth show. We'll talk about some of the non-space games we want to fuck about with.
You know a game that we need to talk about?
What's that?
Is the Sunrider Mask of Arcadia.
What the hell is that?
It's a freebie that's on Steam. It's a Japanese game, It's like
What?
anime style,
What?
and you are captain of a space battleship.
What?
Yeah,
How have I
and
not heard of this?
it's kind of like a, I don't know. There's like a hex-based war game that's kind of got Gundam-style mech suits and stuff, right? So it's like tactical combat, turn-based thing, and yeah, interesting and freemium, I guess. I haven't hit the paywall yet.
I just tried to get into it, and the Steam mobile app wanted to verify my age, and the numbers didn't work, so now it thinks I'm too young to look at the game. Silly Steam mobile app. Anyway, guys,
God.
have a great week. I forgot to mention, this is kind of impromptu. We're kind of throwing it together, and I don't have all the details yet, but tomorrow, Wednesday... Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. You're not going to hear this till later.
Yeah, we'll just record it.
We'll just record it. I don't know if it's going to be on Hangout or Skype yet, because I left the choice up to them. But we'll figure
Do you know how to record a Hangout? Because I sure don't.
What we're going to have to do is it's going to stream to YouTube, and then we're going to have to download the YouTube.
Okay. That can be done.
Yeah, so it'll
I gotta
happen.
think of that.
It'll happen. But yeah, we're going to talk to Adam Pletcher and a few other guys who made Free Space 2. That's I've been working months on these guys to get
So
them
do they?
on, so.
Yeah. Do they still hang?
A
together?
lot of them do. A lot of them still work at Volition. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah, they still hang. All right, guys, I'm stopping the stream. Have a great night, and don't forget, please rate us on iTunes. And we just launched a subreddit today, so it's reddit.com/SpaceGameJunkie, I think, or /
Wait a minute. There's a Reddit?
Yeah, I launched a subreddit for Space Game Junkie today.
Wow, that was all stealth.
At
You
Crix.
didn't even tell me.
I put it on Twitter.
I don't read Twitter.
Oh, yeah, of course you don't. But I'm going to make an announcement about it soon. But we have a Twitter now, and please rate us on Facebook and hit us up at hail@spacegamejunkie.com if you want a guest or a topic for us to talk about.
So is it Reddit/r/SpaceGameJunkie?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have
Totally,
a good...
man.
Oh, my God. So have a good one, folks, and we'll see you next week. Bye.